Level 1. You're not a gangster. You're not even close. You're the kid who washes the boss's car and prays he doesn't notice you exist. But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll either be running an empire worth millions, or you'll be face down somewhere nobody's ever gonna find you. There's no in between. Let's go. You grew up watching these guys, the suits, the gold watches, the way a whole restaurant goes quiet when they walk in. You want that, so you start showing up. You don't ask to join. That's not how this works, mate. You just exist near them enough times that they stop telling you to leave. You wash the car, you grab the sandwiches, you carry a bag without asking what's inside it, because that's rule number 1. You don't ask. Nobody pays you. Nobody thanks you. You're basically the world's worst unpaid internship, except instead of a bad reference, the punishment for messing up is a lot more permanent. So how do you actually get noticed? Simple. You keep your mouth shut and you make yourself useful. That's it. That's the entire interview process. Level 2. Associate. Congrats. You've got a real job now. You're running a betting book, moving envelopes, watching the street for cops. You're making actual money for the first time in your life. But, and here's the bit nobody tells you, you don't keep it. Every single week, you hand a fat stack of cash straight up the chain to the guy who brought you in. Steal 10 grand? You better hand over 3 of it, no questions. Try to hide even $1, and suddenly you're not an employee anymore. You're a problem. And problems in this business don't get a warning, they get removed. Oh, and if the cops grab you, the family owes you nothing. You do the time alone. Mouth shut. That's literally the only way you prove you're worth promoting. Best internship ever, honestly. But here's the thing, there's one moment coming, a few years down the track, that changes absolutely everything. The day they tell you to put on a suit. We'll get there. Keep watching. Level 3. Senior Associate. You survived a 3-year stretch in prison and didn't say a word. Respect earned. You're on record with a captain now, which means, for better or worse, you belong to him. Here's a fact that'll blow your mind. For decades, actual full membership required you to be 100% Italian on your father's side. Not 99, not my nana makes great meatballs, 100% verified, bloodline and all. While they check your family tree, you're on your best behavior. One bar fight, one loose word to the wrong person. That's it. Game over, no appeals process. Then, one day, out of nowhere, they tell you to dress up. Level 4. The Made Man. This is the scene everyone's been waiting for. You walk into a back room. There's a table, a gun, a picture of a saint. They prick your finger and drip your blood onto that image. Congratulations, you are now a made man, untouchable. A boss from an entirely different crime family across the country cannot lay a finger on you without permission from something literally called the Commission. You now have the single most terrifying LinkedIn endorsement in human history. But untouchable doesn't mean free. When the boss says someone needs to disappear, you grab your bag and go handle it. No debate. No, let me check my calendar. Level 5-6. Enforcer. Acting capo. Turns out you're not just good at earning, you're good at violence. Congrats. You're the terror mechanism now. The guy who makes bodies vanish and knows exactly which construction site is pouring concrete on Tuesday morning. Here's the twist though. Everyone in your own crew is scared of you. They need you, but they don't want you at the barbecue. That's a lonely kind of promotion. Then you get bumped up to acting capo, running the crew while the real captain's away. And here's the impossible bit. You have to do the job well, but not too well. Too good, and your captain thinks you're trying to steal his seat. Too average, and you're replaced. Imagine that being your actual job description. Please be excellent, but not excellent enough that I get nervous. Level 7. Capo. Underboss. Now you're running an actual crew. 10 soldiers, hundreds of associates, a whole slice of territory. You're basically a mid-level executive, except your quarterly review is, did anyone get shot? Somewhere right now, an actual business school is teaching a version of this exact org chart in a management class and calling it leadership theory. Make it make sense. Then, underboss, second in command, the VP of operations of organized crime. But here's the catch nobody tells you at the top. When the feds finally build a case, they come for you first, not the boss. You're the insulation. You're the name on the wiretap, the face on the 6 o'clock news. There's one job even scarier than this, though. Final level, the boss. You made it. Total power. You never touch the money. You never touch a gun. There are so many layers of people between you and any actual crime that you're basically a ghost with a mailing address. You decide who eats. You decide who disappears. You sit with other bosses and literally divide up entire cities like a birthday cake. And here's the thesis of this entire video. The throne is a prison. Your best mate wants your job. The FBI has an entire task force with your name on the whiteboard. There's no retirement plan here, no gold watch, no farewell party. You don't retire from this job. You leave it one of 3 ways: in cuffs, in a coffin, or on the evening news. So yeah, next time someone tells you they want to be in the Mafia, maybe just get a normal job, mate. If you want to see how this compares to ranking up in a cartel, which, fair warning, is somehow worse, let me know in the comments and I'll break that one down next.